This is a certified VoroAMI classic. What's up, y'all? It's your boy VoroAMI, and in this video, man, we're gonna be doing a compilation for y'all while we cook on the Heatblast video, man. Y'all already know for the Heatblast video, I made sure to put the GOAT Ben 10 alien, and yes, he's the GOAT Ben 10 alien, back in this worldwide talent jersey because he is the GOAT Ben 10 alien, man. The first one that ever shows up in this series. So I hope y'all enjoy this compilation of some of the best Ben 10 videos I put out on the channel, such as the Swampfire one, the Diamond Head one, the Alien X one. So let's get right on with the compilation video. Shit was not looking good for Ben and his squad as Gwen and Magister were getting jumped by multiple DN aliens. Now I know many folks out there are familiar with the original Fight Back meme, but the DN aliens were the OGs when it came to jumping a poor soul. Like the way the DN aliens lined up just to jump Gwen with their nasty ass slime attacks never ceases to amaze me, man. And to make matters worse, Ben's Omnitrix was still failing to operate properly, and this shit had me annoyed and intrigued. Annoyed at the high probability we're not seeing any of the original aliens in this Throwdown, and intrigued at the high chance of the watch possibly changing into something new. Then came one of the most shocking moments ever as the Omnitrix upgraded, no pun intended, into a new version of itself. And damn, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, when I first saw this scene as a kid, I was bummed out because I already knew we weren't getting the classic aliens like Heatblast, Forearms, and Accelerate anymore for a while. But I was also super excited due to the fact we're definitely going to see some new aliens in this first episode. Anyways, our homie Ben was amazed at the fact his watch materialized into a new version of itself and activated the dial, which led to Ben seeing a hologram of an alien he's never laid his eyes on before. Ben continued cycling through the new playlist, astounded at the reality of not seeing any of his OG aliens anymore, and is fascinated by the fourth alien he sees. Ben smirks himself, knowing the type of Kobe action he's about to bring to the battlefield, and slams the Omnitrix dial down. Ben begins to transform, and y'all, we quickly need to talk about the funny ass transformation of Alien Force. We really went from transformation sequences like Diamond Head and Heatblast into these Brook ass skeletal transformations. I love Alien Force, but that new transformation sequence change always had me laughing my ass off. The moment we've all been waiting for finally arrives as Ben successfully transformed into the new alien known as Swampfire. And let me tell y'all something right now. This nigga Swampfire is for sure one of Ben's most iconic aliens. Just from this shot of Swampfire alone, I could tell he has a unique kind of swagger about him. Ben makes a quick remark on how he smells bad, and I was thinking, damn, Ben, you transformed into a number of aliens in the past, and this is the first one that smells like crap to you? Really? Anyhow, Ben runs up on the DN aliens like The Rock on the May 25th, 2000 episode of SmackDown and starts one-shotting all the aliens like he's prime Mike Tyson out here. The reaction of Ben's squad always gets me too. Magister was like, damn, Ben is taking out all these DN aliens with ease like they're those purple Boko Bobbins from the start of Twilight Princess, and Gwen had a Nami-ass smile knowing her cousin was back in the superhero business. The rest of the DN aliens were like, oh hell nah, we didn't sign up for the homie to start clowning us with his reverse jumping technique, and quickly ran like track stars in their truck to get away from the menace known as Ben Tennyson. Ben, who was in his 95 Michael Jackson era, picked up a light pole and smacked the alien's truck to the side. I'm sorry, but this scene always makes me laugh. Like these clowns really thought they could get away from Ben after jumping his homies and not expect any type of fate in return, especially from a returning Ben who ain't had any type of throwdown in years from his ops. Easily one of the dumbest moments from a group of villains ever. The Forever Knights, being the big time haters that they are, fire their weapons at Ben, but them shots weren't having any effect on a homie's newest alien form. Them shots were passing straight through Swampfire like the homie had just activated his Hall of Fame intangibility badge. And Ben smiled in the sequence. Bro pulled out the same grin as Michael Jackson at the end of Thriller, knowing the Fraud Knights can't do shit to him. The Forever Knights had enough of Ben's disrespect and shot one more death beam at Ben, which led to his arm being ripped off. And I know we all had the same damn expressions as Magister and Gwen when this scene came on the first time. I was like, yo, please tell me this nigga Swampfire has a Hall of Fame regeneration badge because he needs that shit like now. Then came one of the coolest moments in the fight, easily as the detached arm proceeded to reattach itself back on Swampfire's body. Top 5 Ben 10 aliens of all time, I don't make the rules. This nigga got a Lobo Deadpool ass healing factor. Bro's introduction so far has been too fire, no pun intended. Ben pulls out the devious Joker Tim grin, dashes up to the Fraud Knights, and knocks out 2 of the Forever Knights with a punch like he just used the KO punch in the old SmackDown vs. Raw games. This episode was already a hood hood classic, y'all, but it got even better when the menace Kevin pulled up in front of Ben. Ben was like, yo, my bro, what the fuck do you want with me right now? I'm in the middle of my Spider-Man activities. Kevin, who was on demon time like Ben, informed his rival he wants to get his revenge on him for all his previous L's. One fact all Ben 10 fans know is Kevin and Ben used to give each other their hands back in the day. Like, look at this combo 10-year-old Ben performed on Kevin as forearms. Shit was wild seeing a kid pull out the advanced Tekken combos. Anyways, Kevin was like, time to exact my revenge, and absorbed metal from the ground. This new ability had me hyped as fuck. Bro is literally absorbing man from Marvel, but cooler. Sorry my Hulk brothers and sisters, but you know Kevin is way colder as a character. Kevin starts the fight by delivering a gut punch to Swampfire like he was Gohan in his Throwdown with Bojack. The only difference here is Gohan's punch actually worked on the fraud Bojack, whereas in this very moment, not so much. Ben was like, damn, this new nigga Swampfire is cold with his hacks, and slammed both of his hands onto Kevin's head like a cymbal. Oh yeah, I know that move hurt badly, especially when the homie Kevin pulled out the Tom scream. Ben kicked Kevin away like a soccer ball into a trailer, and my bro couldn't help but continue screaming out like Tom. Kevin was like, alright Ben, you crossed me for the last damn time. Activated his Hall of Fame strength badge and chucked a trailer at Ben, which led to his rival being squashed underneath the object. I was thinking, damn, did Kevin actually cook Ben here? Kevin even pulled out a whole speech of why you don't mess with niggas like him, so I was thinking he in fact cooked Ben. But nah, the homie sprouted out of the ground like a new tree and paused. Dog, this frame. I know Ben is loving Swampfire because look at this wide ass grin. Bro is out here looking like Monkey D. Luffy. Kevin was like, yo, how the fuck did you do that? And before he could even dodge Ben, he received another blink to the face, which caused the menace to stagger away. Kevin, who was not trying to look like a fraud, activated his Hall of Fame strength badge again to toss another trailer at Ben Tennyson. Unknowns to Kevin though, Ben had successfully filled up his finisher bar and fired his flames at him, which led to him being dropped on his ass again from his arch nemesis. The rematch of the century was finally taking place as Ben pulled up to the battlefield as his jet ready to speak with Paul Heyman, and Vilgax's advocate, Siphon, on the fact he'll most likely be his new lawnmower employee by the time he's done clapping Vilgax with a Star Platinum special. I gotta say, Season 3 Ben gotta be one of the most disrespectful dudes in cinema history. Bro pulled up talking about, are you gonna be working for me after I clap your boss in this 1v1 because I really hate mowing the lawn. This dude Ben was on cloud 9 after saving the world, and we can't really fault Ben because if we were in the homie shoe, we would have been talking the same shit towards Siphon too. Siphon wasn't having any of Ben's foolish antics and told the hero once his boss is finished deleting him, he'll gladly place the Omnitrix on Vilgax. Suddenly, Siphon teleported out of the area with a quickness like he was Goku escaping the sun's teacher conference, and I was thinking to myself, damn, I just know shit's about to go down if the homie is dipping like that. Then the camera moves up and oh my god, just look at that big ass orange asteroid. You already know Ben is going to be receiving a spectacular Spider-Man level ass beating, especially with the way Ben's eyes shot up like Wally West after the homie realized Madame Rouge was built different. Shit was already turning south for Ben when this asteroid made impact on the ground in front of him, but it rose to another level when the 99 overall talent Vilgax walked out of the flames with a declaration of deleting him for good and taking over the planet with an iron fist and Justice Superman type shit. Now let's pause for a second and talk about how menacing Vilgax is as an arch villain. When the homie first pulled up in the original series with his OG design, I could just tell he has a different type of sinister energy about him as opposed to Dr. Animo or the Forever Knights. Vilgax had the same energy as Ganondorf or Thanos whenever he pulled up in an episode. Not to mention, this new Vilgax turned the Galactic Enforcers and the Plumber Helpers into a bunch of Yamchas. So I already knew this nigga Vilgax is about to turn our homie Ben into 2008 MCU Hulk with his impending, life-changing ass beating. Ben on the other hand was nonchalant about the 1v1 so far. The homie deadass told Vilgax to skip his usual generic ass main villain threats and get on with throwing hands already as he can't miss out on the new Sumo Slammers marathon. Here I'm thinking, Ben, you're either one confident ass dude or one dumb ass dude, cause bro, you're spitting this much game to the nigga who clapped the Galactic Enforcers and absorbed their powers. The man has Ultimo's powers and that nigga's known for being the Superman of the Ben 10 verse. He clapped your grandpa, aka the GOAT Plumber, and his squad with ease. Try taking this 1v1 seriously because if you don't, we're gonna see a repeat of Vegeta versus Cell. Anyways, the fight commences and oh my god y'all, the madness Vilgax was on Ben's tail like water and rice. Vilgax uses his 100 overall beams to stun Ben's ass to the floor. Once Ben was stunned to the ground, Vilgax ran up on the hero and clobbered his face with a 90s Sting Punch special. This frame y'all, I'm sorry but I might have to clown on our boy Ben Tennyson for a quick second. Vilgax had Ben performing ST tear bounce animations into the water fountain like he was Scooby and Shaggy from that one episode of the classic Scooby-Doo series. All of this could have been prevented too if he called up Azimuth for a training management program, but Ben just had to activate the inner cocky android Saga Vegeta in him, and now he's paying the same price as the Hulk in his embarrassing Throwdown with Thanos in Infinity War. Vilgax runs up on Ben with a raw 1000 rock animations to give him another slobber knocker of a punch, and pause. Y'all look at Ben's face in this frame. Homie is terrified for his life. Bro got the same facial expression as SpongeBob in that one sensational meme. Ben is most likely thinking to himself, damn, maybe I should have listened to my grandpa and the squad on actually taking this nigga Vilgax seriously, because now he's making me look like a phony. Now we need to discuss about one of the most derisive moments in Ben 10 history, as Vilgax punched Ben into the stone wall and pulled out the Justice League Darkseid stomp on the hero with his dirty ass boot. Easily one of the more degrading moments in Ben 10. Only Lord knows what kind of nasty shit is under that boot Vilgax is using to stomp the shit out of Ben's face. For all we know, it could be a squash roach or gourmand doo-doo Ben is tasting with each Darkseid stomp. Realizing Jet Ray's no match for the returning prep time Vilgax, Ben switches to Big Chill to continue on with a 1v1 throwdown. Now let's quickly pause the commentary to talk about how cold this man Big Chill is, no pun intended. Big Chill is without a doubt one of the most universally loved aliens Ben has access to, and his design is just so beautiful. I think all Ben 10 fans can agree with those two statements. Anywho, Ben utilizes the Injustice 2 Glacier Grenade technique from Vilgax to temporarily immobilize him so he can deliver one of his sensational ice puns. I always love when Big Chill pulls out a one-liner. Unfortunately for Ben, Vilgax activated his heat vision and broke out of the ice with relative ease. Ben was like, yeah buddy, you might be much stronger than our last encounter from 5 years ago, but I'm still gonna troll you like the S-tier jokester I am, as Ben continued to make ice puns on Vilgax while freezing him with his ice attacks. Vilgax, who was tired of Ben's foolish antics, activated his Hall of Fame gem piece to grab Ben in his intangible form, and at this moment our homie Ben realized he goofed so damn bad. Ben was even telling Vilgax he can't do that, and here I'm thinking, Ben, you should have known Vilgax would have pulled something like this out of his ass to one up on you in y'all's 1v1. After all, Vilgax spent 5 whole years mastering his Batman prep time skills to wax you in the revenge plot of the century. You should have known better, my brother. With Ben in the cane chokehold, Vilgax used the opportunity to electrocute the hero with his glove, Young Justice Black Lightning style, which caused the hero to drop to the ground like a fried fly. Embarrassing but deserved, since Vilgax is reminding this nigga Ben why he shouldn't take him lightly. Ben must have forgotten their first encounter, had him out here looking like Sasuke in a squash match against Itachi in the OG Naruto. At this point, Ben was tired of being turned into 07 Jamie Noble and activated a trump card, aka Humongosaur. As soon as Ben transformed into the maxed out version of Humongosaur, I already knew we were about to get a good behemoth throwdown, Hulk v Wolverine type shit. One amazing tidbit about the heavy hitter alien types of Ben's arsenal is they always have amazing fist fight matchups. The GOAT Throwdown champion Forearms, for example, had the cleanest fight scenes every time in the OG series, whether it was against Kevin or Vilgax, and Humongosaur replaced Forearms as a strong dude of Ben's alien. So I was thinking, oh yeah Vilgax, you're done buddy, we packed up just like that. Ben even charged at Vilgax like a charger from Left 4 Dead, ready to clock this one into next week. And of course, I turned out wrong, as by the time the dust settled, Ben was on his back once again smelling the hideous odor of Vilgax's boot. I'm sorry my Humongosaur brothers and sisters, but the writers jobbed out this nigga so quickly. Shit reminded me so much of the time Vegeta talked so much shit to Broly in the legendary Super Saiyan movie just to get clapped in the instant by the legendary Super Saiyan. All I know, my GOAT Forearms would have done way better in this 1v1 contest of strength. Homie would have chucked his ass into another one of his ships like the last time. Dog, like this frame, holy moly man. Vilgax has full on manifested into a twisted individual. He don't care anymore. Somebody come help our boy because he's practically begging for assistance with that sad face of his. Luckily, Ben's squad pulled up just in time with Way Big to assist Ben. Vilgax was like, oh hell nah, y'all aren't allowed to get between our 1v1, get the fuck back. And Kevin was like, yo my dude, chill, we're not gonna jump you. But Way Big on the other hand, I don't know. Way Big walks over to defend Ben against Vilgax, and this gotta be one of the best post-ups in cinema history. Way Big was glaring at Vilgax like, hold up, ain't you the same clown I chucked into space years ago for bullying my little homie Ben Tennyson all those months? Yeah, instead of chucking you like a baseball, this time around I'm gonna give you the G Lightning special. The moment we've all been waiting for finally arrives as Way Big is transferred back to Ben's Omnitrix, and look at our homie smile, y'all. He's already thinking of giving him the G Lightning clutch special with Way Big. Ben slams the Omnitrix in hopes of getting Way Big, but instead transforms into Space Jesus, aka Chromostone. Chromostone is one of my all-time favorite Ben 10 aliens, so while I was scared for Ben in this scene, I was also thinking he can make this shit work, since in my opinion, the homie is way more capable than Humongosaur. Anywho, Vilgax runs up on Ben with those devious Ahsoka running animations, which leads to Ben posting up and lighting his ass with a beam, which causes the menace to fly away into the force field like he was Darkseid in his final throwdown with Superman from Justice League Unlimited. You see what I'm talking about, y'all? Chroma Stone from that one beam strike alone has done way more in this fight than Humongosaur. You gotta give this nigga more props. Ben performs his heroic leap to face off against Vilgax again and starts spitting game on him Eminem style on what his next attack will be, and pause. We all know this grin, man. This is the type of grin twisted villains do in series when they know they're about to perform an Uno reversal on the main character of the story. The way Vilgax was smirking as Ben asked him the question, you just knew the situation was about to go south for Ben. Vilgax modifies his sword into a material of Titanite. I hope it's Titanite. Looks so awful like the material. And activates his Hall of Fame Crystal Beam on Vilgax again. Unfortunately, the same attack doesn't work this time around, and Vilgax is able to walk past through the maneuver with relative ease. Vilgax walks up to Ben, raises up his sword, and smashes Chroma Stone into a bunch of pieces. At this moment, I was so done, y'all. I had the same expression as Ben's squad. Like, no way the GOAT hero Ben Tennyson is cooked like that. Who's gonna tell Julie her man got waxed by an obsessed loser who got packed up 5 years ago? Cause I know it ain't gonna be any of them there. Vilgax raised up his arm like he was Bobby Lashley after defeating Brock Lesnar in the 2022 Royal Rumble and instructed his advocate to collect his new prize, the Omnitrix, so he can finally fulfill his twisted dream of turning the entire universe into a bunch of Bellamy's. Now we need to talk about one of the most jaw-dropping moments ever as the Omnitrix began to recollect all the Crimson shards on the floor. And look at the face of Ben's squad. Them folks were spooked out of their minds. You know how crazy a scene gotta be for the veteran Max Tennyson to pull off the shocked Sonic X face? You know something special is about to happen. The moment we've all been waiting for finally comes as the Crimson shards combine together to form the returning combatant Diamond Head. Now let me tell y'all something right here, man. When I first saw this scene as a kid, I was happier than them niggas who were getting all the PS3 deals back in the day. Diamond Head is without a doubt one of the greatest aliens in the franchise. So seeing him pull up to the battlefield with that 2008 Royal Rumble John Cena energy had me excited. Next frame is even funnier because Vilgax gives Ben the whole "really nigga" face. I was thinking, ain't this the same alien whose face and hands I broke last time? You really chose him over Forearms or Eye Guy to fight me? This clown Vilgax though doesn't realize he's about to get the same squash beatdown as that tournament clown who tried spitting game on Vegeta. Ben informed Vilgax he's had a lot of practice with Diamond Head and fired his shards at the villain, which causes him to activate his shield. Unfortunately for Vilgax, them shards broke right through his 100 overall level shield. Vilgax tries his beam next, but the GOAT Diamond Head summons a large shard from the ground to block the beam and jumps up in the air to continue his onslaught on the villain. Vilgax was like, you're not going to turn me into Bellamy, and fired one more beam at Diamond Head, but the GOAT blocked the attacks again with his diamond shards. Vilgax, who was in this "I got something to prove today" head ass, ran up to the shards to surprise Ben Tennyson. Unknown to Vilgax, Diamond Head was already behind him and lit his ass up with more projectiles. With Vilgax momentarily stunned, Ben uses the opportunity to activate his finishing maneuver, takes 3 large diamond pillars and hovers them over to the clueless villain. This shit is wild. I don't remember Diamond Head ever having Jean Grey ass techniques. Diamond Head orders for the diamond pillars to crash on Vilgax and pause. This gotta be one of the funniest split seconds ever. This dude Vilgax tried activating his inner Roadrunner animations but failed tremendously as he was encased inside the pillars. Realizing that he got clapped by the same alien whose face he cracked years ago, Vilgax admits defeat to Ben Tennyson, and the young hero is chosen as the winner of the 1v1 throwdown thanks to the GOAT alien Diamond Head. The situation wasn't looking too good for the bully musketeers as Kevin got ready to light them up with the Heat Haste special move with his Heatblast mutation form. Now y'all are probably wondering, why is Kevin trying to delete these 4 goofballs? Well, Kevin wanted to get revenge on these clowns for trying to jump him early in the episode for being a so-called freak, and honestly, you can't blame the homie. Any of us probably would have wanted to do the same thing to our bullies back then. Only issue is most of us would have rethought the situation and let them bums go. Kevin on the other hand wanted these clowns to be packed up to the afterlife. Like the bullies were even trying to work a deal with Kevin, and the homie was like, hell nah, I'm getting my vengeance on y'all right now. Don't think you can get out of this now. All while looking badass in his half Heatblast mutation form. Meanwhile, Ben was preparing to transform into Stingfly to go fight Kevin as the bro wanted no part of the ongoing traffic he and the squad were currently in. The Omnitrix had other plans though, and instead transformed Ben into the Throwdown heavyweight champion, Forearms. Now let's briefly pause the commentary video to talk about how iconic this man Forearms is. before Shock Squad, before Rath, before Humongousaur, we had forearms. I'll never forget the forearms debut episode where he fodderized that prehistoric mammoth with ease. So I was already thinking, Ben, the Omnitrix turned you into the right alien because the device knows something sensational is about to happen between you and your op Kevin. Though I won't lie, the Omnitrix did our boy Ben dirty in this scene. Bro was like, so now's the time you actually give me forearms? Really? This scene always gets me with the way Gwen and Grandpa Max look back at him like, damn, are you sure you and the Omnitrix aren't secret ops with each other? Because the device never fails to embarrass you in important situations. Ben somehow managed to open the door of the rust bucket. I say this because forearms is like 12 feet tall, and you gotta feel for the blue car in the sequence, man. Bro not only got his front door damaged by Ben, but also got the up-close view of a 12-foot alien casually opening a vehicle door near him. I know homie was feeling some type of way after all of that. Once out of the rust bucket, Ben activated his 03 Hulk jumping animations and began shooting on different cars to up against Kevin. Meanwhile, the 4 bullies were about to be sent up to the afterlife as Kevin got ready to delete them all with the Fire Fist special when out of nowhere his Heatblast powers vanished. And dog, the surprised look in Kevin's face here always makes me laugh. I don't know why. Bro was feeling himself so much in the scene, knowing he was finally gonna get his revenge on these clowns, only for his powers to disappear at the exact same time. That's gotta be God's way of saying he's not doing the right thing at all. Kevin was like, what the fuck is going on here? And before he could even answer himself, Ben arrived and told him his power meter had finally finished. Now this nigga Kevin was already showing all the signs of a crazed lunatic, but bro made sure to remind the audience of this sad fact again as Kevin told Ben, you're gonna give me more of your alien powers again. Our homie Ben on the other hand was tired of Kevin's bullshit and posted up like 99 Rock to tell his former friend no on his request. That's my nigga right there. Hell yeah, Ben. Tell this lunatic what's up because Kevin is on the verge of doing some Arkham City Victor Zsasz level shit to these poor bullies. Kevin was like, I bet you don't want to give me your 99 overall powers, fine. I still got some juice left in my system as the man got ready to fight these 4 villains Static Shock style. Realizing shit was about to go south, Ben performed the Arkham City silent takedown on Kevin and dragged his flag to the ceiling. Oh Ben, you're gonna regret wrapping your arms around Kevin like that. Like look at Kevin's face in this quick shot. Kevin is like, oh my god, Ben, you're dumb as fuck to give me the easy access of absorbing your powers. For real though, what was Ben thinking in this scene? Why would you grab him knowing all he has to do is touch any part of your body to gain your powers? If I was Ben, I would have chucked a small rock at Kevin's head to neutralize him because ain't no way I'm grabbing him, man. The situation turned south for Ben as Kevin started absorbing his Tetraman powers while pulling out the signature Joker laugh. This dude Kevin was having the time of his life and gave Ben a solid mink to the face. Had our boy Ben spitting saliva out of his mouth like he was Frieza in a squash match against Topo. In the next sequence, y'all, oh my god, Kevin looks menacing as fuck as a half Tetraman in his shot. Our boy Ben knew he was in deep shit the way his eyes shot up like Part 3 Polonef. Kevin runs up to Ben with the 1993 Broly running animations to deliver another punch to Ben, which sends him crashing to the ground. The confrontation between Kevin and Ben was already reaching legendary status, but it ascended to another level when the rivals posted up to continue their throwdown. Ben and Kevin ran up to each other to continue their brawl, and the menace Kevin couldn't help but inform Ben of his desire to take all his alien powers. Ben was like, yeah, nobody, and pressed Kevin at a nearby wall. Kevin wasn't having Ben's disrespect and tossed him to a wall before delivering another solid punch to the hero's face. Kevin continued the devastating beatdown of Ben by utilizing the Dean Malenko Gutbuster and chucked his ass to a nearby wall. Kevin really likes throwing Ben to a wall, guys. Nearby, Grandpa Max and Gwen got to the location just in time and were able to free the 4 clowns from their predicament. Now let's get back to Kevin and Ben's fight because oh my god, they were going off on each other. Kevin tossed Ben into another wall to continue his tragic beatdown on the hero. Here comes one of the annoying story plots all Ben 10 fans hated growing up as the Omnitrix started glowing red to show it would soon time out Ben. I was thinking, damn, our boy Ben is done just like that, but nah, this nigga told the Omnitrix no and kicked Kevin off of him. At this moment, I was like, if Ben is telling the damn Omnitrix no and it listens to him, you know he's about to go off on Kevin in these final moments of the fight. And I turned out right as Ben ran up on Kevin like a man on a mission to deliver a number of blows to Kevin's face like he was Jotaro in his fight against Yellow Temperance, which sent Kevin flying to both pillars of the wall. Ben cooked Kevin here, man, so badly that this dude Kevin started telling Ben he gives up. And this shot of Kevin, oh man, bro was tired of getting packed up by Ben. Now the next sentence by Kevin killed me, man, as he told Ben he has no one else like him in his life. That shit touched me, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. Had me out here pulling off the Scooby-Doo 1 tear drop. Ben informed Kevin that he can do good with them and save people with their unique gifts. Ben even extended his arm to Kevin to show he was being for real, and damn it, man, this frame. Kevin, you are truly one sick individual. Ben was willing to help you, and you still heel turn on him like you're 09 Randy Orton out here. What is wrong with you, man? Kevin hoisted up Ben in the air to try and remove the Omnitrix from his op. Grandpa Max seeing this tried saving his boy, but ended up being tossed away like Vegeta. steel. Kevin made sure to trash talk Ben one last time as he ordered his op to give him his Omnitrix. The Omnitrix, seeing his owner in trouble again, was like, "Kevin, I'm done with you bullying Ben," and sent his ass back. He triggered the final pillar of the bridge with a green blast, resulting in everything within the vicinity to collapse. As Kevin got out of the rubble, he realized his powers were once again gone and retreated away like a returning villain would do. Shit was not looking good for Lieutenant Steele as bro was getting fodderized by Diamond Head 11, aka Kevin. Like, Kevin had Steele out here looking like SpongeBob from that one episode where he jammed his eye out. To make matters worse, Kevin morphed his hand into a blade, ready to send this man to the forefathers. Kevin picked up Steele like he was Superman in the season 2 finale of Just League Unlimited, ready to turn Steele into a Kenshi Mortal Kombat fatality. When the GOAT, Ben Tennyson, pulled up as the Throwdown heavyweight champion, forearm to tell Kevin to drop Lieutenant Steele. What a clutch save by Ben, especially with this fire post-up he got going on here too. You already know Ben's ready to fade Kevin again. Ben even reminded Kevin that it was between them both. Kevin was like, "I bet, that sounds good to me," and chucked Lieutenant Steele over the rail like a twisted individual would do. And dog, I felt so bad for Steele. Homie is a normal human being getting fodderized by the menace known as Kevin. Like, look at bro's face. Man is like, they ain't paying me enough to deal with this bullshit, man. Anyways, Kevin walks up to Ben with his semi-perfect cell walking animations to ask him if he's still trying to be a good guy or if he's still trying to revert him into a babyface. Man, this question by Kevin had me astonished. Like, damn, this nigga's really on something right now. Homie even started chuckling to himself like only a lunatic would do. Ben answered Kevin by saying he had many chances to get help, but screwed up every chance given to him, as Ben proclaimed Kevin will be getting what he deserves this time around. Oh my god, Ben is on his 2000s Eminem level of seriousness. Our homie has had enough of Kevin's crap, and honestly, you can't blame Ben. This menace Kevin has been on a crime spree while masquerading as his alien heroes. Had to be done too with trying to help Kevin. Kevin was like, "Damn, we ain't homies anymore? Okay, that's cool," and fired a bunch of shards at Ben like he was trying to hit a target range. Ben, seeing this, activated his Hulk 03 jump card to beat out the attack, and once he was clear of the projectiles, Ben landed in front of Kevin and grabbed his arm. Now this frame always makes me laugh with how pissed Ben looks as he holds Kevin's hand like an upset parent. Ben had the same mannerisms as the possessed Diana in that one episode of Justice League when Wally wouldn't leave her alone. Ben delivered the Floyd Mayweather punch to Kevin, which sends him sliding across the bridge. Yeah, our boy Ben ain't playing around. He's ready to have this menace knocked out exactly like Steely Dan from part 3. Ben, who was in his heroic era, asked Kevin if he risked all those innocent lives just to get even with him. Now this question y'all pissed off Kevin, as the man told his op Ben that they're not innocent, as they would have ended up calling him a freak down the road. Damn, Kevin needs serious help, man. Nearby, Steel's squad were getting ready to pack up both Kevin and Ben as they were tired of all this alien bullshit. Gwen tried stopping them, but them soldiers weren't having it at all and locked their weapons at Ben and Kevin. One of the armed men even asked Lieutenant Steele if he could send both of these 97 overall talents to the afterlife, but the Chad Lieutenant Steele answered by telling his men to fire only on his command. An underrated fellow Lieutenant Steele is. The soldier wasn't trying to hear his boss's commands and wanted to pack up both Kevin and Ben, but his homie was like, "So you're stupid enough to defy our boss?" And that shit quickly had homeboy check himself. "Yeah, you fool, you better calm down or else Steele will fire your ass Vince McMahon style." Now y'all, we need to talk about one of the greatest combo sequences I've ever seen from a show. Like, oh my god, Ben gave Kevin 2 punches to the face, a Gohan gut punch, another Ming to the face, a two-handed that's somehow possible, a fourth Ming to the face, and followed up by picking Kevin into the air to deliver a whole backbreaker to him like he's Bane from DC Comics. And not just any type of Bane, I'm talking about Injustice 1 Bane. The way Ben bodied Kevin here always gets me, y'all. Do you know how strong of a knee you got to have in order to make a being made of crystals to bounce off of it? Not to mention, this is a 10-year-old Ben doing all of this. This is the type of combos you would see a Tekken character or a JoJo character do. The next shot is funny as hell too, as Kevin looked at Ben like, "Damn, this dude is a year younger than me and he's out here turning me into Arkham Origins Electrocutioner." I can't let that disrespect slide, as Kevin morphed himself into another GOAT alien in the series, aka Heatblast, to light his ass up with fire. With Ben momentarily stunned, Kevin continued his onslaught by utilizing the heat haste technique on Ben, who blocked the blast to try and attack him again. Kevin, who was not trying to get turned into a punching bag, dodged the attack like he was So Games Gohan. Kevin got ready to finish things off with another flame attack when Ben activated his Hall of Fame strength badge to deliver enough force on the bridge, which caused Kevin to catapult into the air. Kevin countered this attack back by morphing into the OG flyer, Stingfly. Kevin flew at Ben like a bullet bill to knock the hero flat on his chest and got ready to perform an X2 combo string when the homie's powers ran out. Oh my god, this frame, y'all, this had me dying while recording this video. Why did Ben do Kevin like this with his chest? Ben can't help but make Kevin look like a loser every time they square up against each other. Ben was like, damn, he's back to normal again, and began walking to see if his former homie was alright. Lieutenant Steele seeing this was like, damn, maybe that red dude is a baby face like me, and continued looking on. Ben stood over Kevin and got ready to send Kevin to the afterlife with another Shazam punch. I was thinking, damn, Ben really packed up Kevin like that, but nah. Ben ended up punching the surface near Kevin, shocking the menace greatly. And this next shot, oh my god, Ben's post-up is too damn good. After beating Kevin, Ben began walking away, which greatly pissed off Kevin as he still wanted more from his op. Kevin, my guy, Ben just finished clapping you once again. Why do you want to go again? Kevin wants to be 0-3 so bad like Seth Rollins in his matches against Cody Rhodes. You can't make this shit up. Kevin even told Ben he's not through with him, but Ben followed up by saying he's done with him and that he's not worth it. You never were. Damn. Ben cooked this clown Kevin again. This is crazy. Now the look in Kevin's eyes here had me hooked though. Kevin had those same eyes as Goku when he was about to go Super Saiyan for the first time, as Kevin started growling. Now the next scene is even more terrifying as Kevin's body started to morph into a form we've never seen before. Multiple limbs of Kevin's body started to transform into parts of the OG-10 as the man screamed out a bone-chilling scream. This scream man always has to be freaked out no matter what. That was a scream of utter pain. You know the scream was something when Ben, Lieutenant Steele, Gwen, and Grandpa Max all looked into the direction like, yo, what's going on? Kevin gets up and Ben's facing his frame. My guy doesn't know what he's looking at right now as we get the full camera shot of Kevin's new mutation. All I gotta say is the designers cooked with his designer Kevin. You can see each part of the OG-10 on Kevin, and while I thought Kevin did look cool, I also fell for the homie in a way. Kevin tried changing back, but couldn't as his new form was like, nah my boy, I'm here to stay for now. Don't try taking me off like the transformations from Dragon Ball Z. Kevin was astonished at the fact he couldn't change back to his human form and immediately blamed it on his op Ben. Kevin, you were out here abusing your powers and now you want to blame it on your homie who was trying to help you? Like I said in this video and in the last video, Kevin is truly a sick individual. Kevin flew up to Ben and the GOAT at this point was tired of being blamed by everyone. I feel for Ben, dude couldn't catch a break at all. Kevin charged at Ben like a torpedo to continue his fight with the hero. Ben, who was in his defensive mode, blocked both of Kevin's punches but received an uppercut from the Walnut arm, a gut punch from the Heatblast arm, and another punch from the Diamond Head arm, which sent Ben crashing to the side of the bridge. Oh nah, Kevin is out here giving Ben a receipt for that nasty combo earlier. This ain't looking too good for our homie Ben. Kevin grabbed Ben by the shirt to toss him over the edge of the bridge, which had Gwen and Grandpa Max worried as they realized their boy was in deep shit. Kevin walked over to step on Ben's hand, and look at this nigga, man. Kevin is feeling himself now from his power up. Kevin told Ben that he'll never beat him because he's one of the good guys, and good guys never have the guts to pack up villains like him. Lieutenant Steele, hearing all that S-tier yapping from Kevin, was like, I do though, and told his men to fire on the enhanced menace known as Kevin, which sent his ass flying to the depths of the ocean. After being saved by Lieutenant Steele, Ben used the opportunity to help the chat up the bridge. Ben asked Steele if he was still after him, but the man was like, nah, you're a good guy like me, and told his men to stand down. Ben, realizing this, smirked back at Lieutenant Steele and leaped off the bridge. Could have dropped Steele off too, Ben, like, what are you doing, my guy?
Let me tell you something, brother!
Manny Armstrong, otherwise known as the Bootleg Forearms, ran into a deserted room like those foolish players who are the first to get packed up to the lobby in Friday the 13th. How foolish can you be? The door closed shut and I was just like, yeah, the homie Manny's not gonna come out of this the same as he did before. My guy even looked back like a confused gecko, like, buddy, you better think of something now because Ben is prowling around the area like Arkham Batman. Manny pulls out his Halo blaster and orders Ben to come out already as he knows the Hall of Fame talent is lurking around. Manny even told Ben he's not scared of him like his squad, and I produced the loudest really nigga expression on my face like, my guy, you're not afraid of the man who packed up Vilgax? The same dude who took you away like a frisbee? Get out of here with that S-tier cap. Ben follows up by saying that Manny's squad is much smarter than him and he ain't lying. This is the same fraud who tried cooking Swampfire with a plasma gun. Manny turns around to the voice of Ben and starts firing his gun at Ben like a 1-month-old Fortnite player. Manny decides to utilize the legendary double pistol technique to fire more blasts at Ben Henderson, only for the hero to activate his Nightwing acrobatics card, dodge the attacks, and kick his hands away. Nah man, what the hell? Ben is out here doing prestige level acrobatics like he's Dick Grayson out here. In this pose, Manny, my guy, you should have stayed with Helen. because when a dude pulls out the superhero landing pose on you, just know you're about to be on the S tier level ass beating equivalent to that of a sweaty Injustice 2 player. Ben stands up and asks Manny, does he really need a gun to fight little old him? This dude Ben is a menace. Bro was really asking Manny Armstrong this question. Manny, being Yosemite Sam in this situation, was like, you damn right I am. I don't need a blaster at all to cook you, and ran up to deliver a punch, which caused Ben to jump away like a wild spoinked Pokemon. Yeah, Ben has been eating his offspring vegetables because my guy is out here doing miniature Hulk jumps. Ben, who was in his twisted Kendrick Lamar era, told Manny he wouldn't be fighting this little old him as he selected his army tricks, and good God almighty. Just look at the absolute menace Ben is about to select. Now let's pause the commentary to talk about one of the greatest, and I mean greatest Ben 10 aliens to ever be conceived. Rath is the whole package of a certified Hall of Fame individual. The homie is powerful, witty, unpredictable, and always has a counter for everything you're gonna say with his legendary, let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something. All jokes aside, when you combine Hulk Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage, and Wolverine, you get a glorious mixture of Rath. Ben transforms into the certified dog walker Rath, and just look at this man's pose. Out here doing the 2006 Randy Orton pose. Yeah, Manny is for sure gonna be packed up. Manny tells Ben how he always wanted a piece of him, and Ben retorts by delivering a deranged version of a Macho Man Randy Savage promo to Manny, which had the homie looking at him like, bruh, you're not making any sense right now. Ben was like, yeah, I know, and ran towards Manny like a wild Halo 2 brute, minked Manny in the face. Manny followed up by delivering 2 minks of his own. Ben continues their Peter Griffin chicken throwdown by making Manny across the face again. Manny punches Ben again, and just look at this man's face right here. Homie's trying to bring out the sacred abilities of the Throwdown heavyweight champion forearms to cook Ben Tennyson. I'd be doing the same thing too if I was a Tetraman. Manny delivers a shake into Ben, which sends him in the air. Luckily, Ben quickly recovers. Look at this dude, Manny. Manny's probably thinking he's a 95 overall right here. Manny axes Ben, and that's all the heat he has because it was weak. Ben was like, oh nah, I know you ain't just say that to me, and utilized the Catwoman Arkham Pounce animation to leap on top of a pillar to perform a WWE splash maneuver. Manny, seeing this, equips his Sonic Dash badge to move out of the way, leading Ben to crash face first to the ground. Manny hoists Ben up in a sleeper hold to tell Ben he ain't so tough, and the fact that he doesn't understand why everyone's so afraid of him. Yeah, Manny, you just signed a life-changing ass-beating contract with that smart mouth response. Ben was like, I bet. Let me show you why I'm the big dog that runs this place. And Ben moved backward to slam Manny into the wall, and my goodness, man. I'm sorry, but this is such a Looney Tunes ass pose Manny did here. Then he drops to the ground, leading Ben to grab the fraud and throw him onto the top of an electric machine with his Patrick Mahomes throw badge. Ben jumps up and yeah, Manny, you regret spitting all that hot trash now, huh? Ben grabs Manny by the face and puts him in a tombstone pile driver position. Nah, man, Ben is trying to delete Manny with his signature Undertaker special move. You see, my brothers and sisters, this is why you never spit trash to an individual you know who can whoop you, because stuff like this can always happen. Ben speaks in wrestling language again. He jumps off GTA style to finish off the pile driver. Ben continues to try to beat down on Manny by utilizing a deadlier version of the normal armbar on the plumber to send him crashing into another electric machine. Damn, bro is even spitting in the man's face. At this point, Ben had filled up his SmackDown vs. Raw finisher bar as the man tossed Manny into the air like a football to perform the infamous serious butt-kicking maneuver on the fraud, which sent him flying like a home run toss into a computer. Manny was like, alright bro, I get it. You're a prestige talent and I'm a 69 overall with all my badges removed. Manny axes Ben into beating is serious like the Star, and Ben was like, yes damn it, like the Star. I don't know why, but I always find this scene funny. Anyways, Manny, who was in his Akira Tozawa era, was like, cool, just wondering, and passed out from the S tier beating. The Gladiator was in the middle of giving Ben a Jinkenzama level beating as the homie Rook informed the judge this wasn't fair at all, and Rook is right. Now y'all are probably wondering, why is this Gladiator trying to whoop Ben Tennyson right here? Well, Ben in the prior episode used a busted individual known as Alien X to change the time stream in order to save the Earth and the universe, and Celestial Sapiens viewed that as breaking the law to the highest degree for their people and wanted the hero to be punished. I don't blame them. Homie was on that Barry Allen stuff, though in that situation, Ben didn't really have a choice. Now let's talk about the infamous alien known as Alien X. When we first saw Alien X show up in the series, we were like, yo, this man looks sick, and when he used his sensational powers to revert a broken dam back to its original state, the whole community was like, nah, Ben, you got yourself a cosmic Spider-Man. You better be using him all the time. Then came the twisted fact that the only way Ben can fully use Alien X is by agreeing with the 2 other entities within his mind. Talk about a devastating drawback. This nerf cooked Alien X so badly that folks were calling him a fraud, an alien force, and Ultimate Alien whenever he was brought up or used. It also made Hal Jordan fans feel good about their Lantern defeating him in the Death Battle video, and we all know that's cap. I know some Hal fans gonna pull up and be like, well, actually, nah, my G. Alien X cooks that every time. He's literally omnipotent. Jokes aside, in order for Alien X to fully work, all three entities must agree on a term together. It was honestly a well-written drawback, but did it tick off a bunch of folks in the community. The judge was like, damn Rook, that ain't my problem. Maybe he should have stayed as the Throwdown champion in order to fight back. And I was like, bruh, judges, no matter what piece of media you're looking at, are always savages. I know we've all seen that viral video of that judge cooking that man for driving while having a suspended license. Had me crying, Hydro Man level tears. Anyways, Ben was like, look, how about you guys continue arguing like a 90s television couple while I take charge and lay the smackdown on this op of mine. Serena was down with Ben's idea. Vilgax, on the other hand, shot the homie down, and I was like, yo, my guy is really going to be finished if these two don't agree fast. Finished like that fraud Bellamy from One Piece. The Gladiator flies all the way with his Hall of Fame flyback as he prepares to utilize his special move on Ben. Gladiator was moving down as fast as a meteor, like, calm down, dude. Dude is ready to finish off Ben so he can return home and explain to some celestial sapient baddies on how he cooked the hero Ben Tennyson with his Hall of Fame aggression badge equipped. Nearby, Ben, who was in his Talk No Jutsu saga, told the two personalities that if they allow him to take full control of Alien X, they can continue their disagreement with each other. And what do you know? Both of them actually agreed this time around. That dude Vilgax was on his as usual though. Just as the Galactic Gladiator was about to turn Alien X into the new Devin Haney, his move was stopped by the certified broken individual known as Alien X, and my guy was so surprised. Gladiator thought to himself, this kid actually has control of his form. This should be interesting. Yeah, buddy, for Ben, but not for you. You're about to end up in the same trash bin as all the frauds who came before you in pieces of media. The next camera shot was so sick as Ben shouted out a heroic surprise. This was a fire scene, but man, the Crimson Chin always stoles me off. Ben punches the Gladiator up in the air, and you already know Ben is about to Tekken combo this man into oblivion as Ben flew up to deliver another meme to Gladiator, which sent him flying into multiple rocks. Gladiator gets up and is like, there's no way I'm about to be humbled by a 16-year-old celestial sapient. The homies and baddies home will never stop roasting me as the antagonist flew into the air to continue a sensational fight with Ben Tennyson. The two Alien X's clash again, and the way these two were hitting into each other with their flight energy reminded me so much of Goku's battle with Frieza on Planet Namek. You could tell this fight was getting really good. Ben and Gladiator destroy another small planet as they continue their duel, and Ben is known for having prestige level combos throughout the entire series. Just ask Kevin. But y'all, we need to talk about the sensational one he did here because it was glorious. Gladiator blocks Ben's first punch only to be grabbed by the leg. This was so disrespectful, and Ben launched a fraud in the air to two-piece combo him into another small planet. You know Gladiator was tired of being jobbed out like his June flight as the man increased his size to giant man levels and immediately went for the hand grab technique video game bosses do all the time, which had Ben pull out the shocked expression. Gladiator grabs Ben and starts squeezing him with all his might. This dude is really trying to delete a 16-year-old. That's crazy, man. Celestial Sapiens don't play around at all. Ben was like, I could use some assistance, and Serena and Vilgax weren't having it from Ben. They quickly informed Ben that he wanted to fight alone and should continue doing so. Honestly, bruh, Ben is a real one for dealing with those two because if it were any of us, man, let's just say the situation would end badly every time. Ben gets annoyed at his two partners and exclaims about how his op never has to decide on what his next attack will be as he's the one in charge. Then Ben suddenly thinks of a wheeljack little plan, and dog, Vilgax really needs to enjoy life more like Serena on the right. I just know the homie has seen some stuff in his life. Ben looks back with a well thought out plan as a green light develops from the Gladiator's hand, causing the giant to once again be like, kid, sit down, I can't afford to get cooked by an inexperienced celestial sapient such as yourself. Too bad Gladiator is indeed about to get cooked by a younger, more brash celestial sapient as Ben exploded from the Gladiator's hand. Oh my god, look at all those Alien X's, man. Ben took a page out of Tobirama and Naruto's playbook. Jokes aside, seeing this moment for the first time was something cool, y'all. You're telling me Alien X was this busted since the very beginning? No wonder the writers were like, nah, we need to think of a drawback to this busted alien. The Gladiator looked at all the Bens like, I'm about to be jumped, as he regenerated his missing hand. All the Alien X's put on their locked in faces as they flew to the Gladiator to create a portal-like technique on the fraud. And look at this bum trying to escape. You're done, my guy. Finished the same way as every salty antagonist before you. Gladiator sucked into the vortex. The next sequence couldn't be more humiliating for Gladiator as the homie was sent back down by the certified busted individual known as Alien X. We all know this man lost his street credit once he returned to his homeland. Ben pulled out the rock victory pose as Rook talked about how awesome Alien X is, and yes, Alien X is a cool alien indeed. Ben was like, I told you from the very beginning, and the judge told everyone to settle down so he could deliver the final verdict. The judge exclaims that the winner is Ben Tennyson, and like I said, I know the Celestial Sapiens put the Gladiator to work once they got home.
This is a certified hood classic.
The world of Ben 10 has given us so many iconic alien forms such as Accelerate, Forearms, and Swampfire, with Heatblast being one of the greatest to ever emerge from the series. Heatblast is everything you want in a generational talent. The homie has a lit design, no pun intended, and fire powers, not to mention he's the alien that started a whole trend of having the Omnitrix be worn on their chests. Had the whole Alien Force and Ultimate Alien Squad rocking his style, you gotta love it. But what made Heatblast such an iconic alien in the world of Ben 10? Well, Heatblast was the first alien Ben ever transformed into the series. Like, imagine that. Of all the legendary aliens from the OG series, Heatblast was the first one the creators decided to pick as the first debut alien. This is on the same level as The Rock being the first drafted superstar back in 2002 and Kobe getting drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers. Talk about aura right there. In Heatblast's first appearance, he started a forest fire and still was able to solve it through reverse Uno. Heatblast easily got one of the best designs for any alien, or I dare say fire user in media. The plasma-based body covered by dark reddish volcanic rocks and the flaming head, bro is doing Ghost Rider and Atomic Skull proud with a flaming head aesthetic. Heatblast had some of the coldest fights in the series too. The homie cooked that fraud alien squad known as the Limix so badly that they never showed up again in the series. The bro put on his DC Young Fly hat to troll those annoying megawatts into getting captured like Heatblast is him. Heatblast is that guy. Heatblast being voiced by Steve Blum made his character even better too in my opinion. Heatblast pulling out the Entei special technique to cook that wannabe water monster into oblivion is a top 3 Heatblast scene of all time. Heatblast 1000 is certified him too. Just look at that glorious design. Bro looks like the fusion of 2 Pyro Knights. You know the man is filled up with Flame Emperor power levels. Heatblast was so raw that by the time Alien Force arrived, the creators were like, let's make a whole new character based on him by the name of Alan, which was cool, but come on, y'all already know which Pyro Knight we want to see, and that's Heatblast by the GOAT Ben Tennyson. The Alien Force squad knew we wanted Ben to go Heatblast during Alien Force because of the fact the homie was dialed up on so many different occasions. That's crazy when you think about it. Fast forward to Ultimate Alien. When the Ultimate Alien squad encountered young Ben, who was the first alien the young GOAT chose? Heatblast. Like, Heatblast is a 100 overall talent, 96 Tupac, Lakers Kobe, 07 Cena, O-Rock, SmackDown Taker, Hall of Fame talent, you name it, Heatblast is him. Then came the defining moment when Heatblast finally returned in Ultimate Alien. Heatblast came in with a glorious return like he was John Cena back in 2008 and humbled the failed king known as Victor with ease. His design for the show was amazing too, though his voice, I don't know about that. Heatblast is such a fire alien that he was one of Ben's last used aliens during this battle with Vilgax in Ultimate Alien. The first alien being one of the final aliens be used in the season finale is still an amazing thing to me. In Omniverse, Heatblast was still one of the rawest aliens around and was on that Kevin Hart level workout. Just look at the homie's gains compared to Ultimate Alien. My guy flew up the Pyros to cook up a 1-hour workout session to pick up these gains. You gotta love it. All in a year too, by the way. Heatblast to me is a generational talent because he's the first alien Ben ever used in the series. He's easily one of the most iconic and recognizable aliens in the series. He's been in every major installment of the series except Alien Force. Heatblast has some of the best scenes in the series, set the foundation for transformations in the series, and looks like a proud son of Ghost Rider. Heatblast is him personified and one of the GOATs of the series. You know you're him when folks were referencing you in a whole other series when Sukuna went ballistic mode and decided to destroy the whole city in season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, my guy looks so raw in Sukuna's pose, but yeah guys, Heatblast is certainly a top 3 alien of all time and a Hall of Fame individual that you want in your corner. If I had the Omnitrix, he'd always be one of my go-to alien forms, that's for sure. Kevin was getting ready to pack up Cooper to the forefathers. Luckily, Ben arrived just on time and saved the homie Cooper. Ben coming in with a Superman save, you just gotta love it. Not to mention, Ben is already transformed as a sensational talent known as Ultimate Echo. You know we're about to be seated for a good throwdown. Those type of throwdowns that make MMA and UFC fans go crazy. Cooper was like, yo, that's you, Ben? And Cooper, bruh, you had a whole change in your appearance too. Bro went from looking like your typical Discord moderator into looking like a G who's always in the gym with John Cena and Jason Momoa. You just gotta respect that energy. Ben tells Cooper that this is one of his new forms and whispers something to him. Cooper looked back at Ben like, you sure about that plan? And Ben, who was on that pumped up energy, ordered Cooper to do as instructed. Ben must got a sweet plan up his sleeve to be ordering Cooper around like this. Ultimate Kevin gets angry at Ben for bugging him. Now let's pause the commentary, talk about this sinister individual known as Ultimate Kevin. Kevin became this version of himself when he cooked a fraud. And yes, Agregor is a fraud in a matter of like 5 moves after absorbing the Ultra Matrix. Agregor was so much of a fraud that Ultimate Kevin couldn't even finish his Street Fighter combo on the bum. With Kevin absorbing Ben's watch, this made him a psychopath again and power hungry. So after packing up Agregor, Kevin left the team and started fodderizing and bullying anyone who ever messed with him in the past. This included a dude that owed him money, a bum who killed his mentor, and Kevin extended this newfound foulness on fellow heroes such as Alan. Like, what did Heatblast Jr. do to deserve getting drained like this? Had bro looking like Metamorpho after Parasite finished cooking him in Justice League Unlimited. Ben during this time was also on a mission to delete Kevin for good. I'm talking about in the same way that Pain packed up Jiraiya back in Naruto Shippuden. And I was like, Ben, where was this energy for Agregor? You're out here wanting to cook Kevin when you could have applied this same energy to Agregor, who was so close to turning the entire universe into a bunch of Bellamy's. For those that know, y'all know. Gwen picked up on Ben's attitude change and even challenged him a couple of times. Of course, it didn't go well for her as she got humbled quite easily with the Chad known as Way Big. Anyways, Ben was like, sorry if I'm bugging you bro, but I can't let you keep draining the squad like they're a bunch of disposable batteries. And Gwen seeing this decided to stop Ben again as she thought Ben was gonna let her try her own method with Kevin. But Ben straight up told her, yeah, I lied, and shoved her aside like Ray J did in that one viral clip. Probably one of Ben's rawest lines too. And look at this man's pose. The GOAT Ben Tennyson is about to go off on Ultimate Kevin. Ben fires a sonic blast at Kevin, causing this man to crash into a nearby building, Hulk style. You know, this first sonic blast from Ben was massive as he sent Kevin crashing through multiple buildings. Ben already got Kevin in the same circumstances as Doflamingo. This ain't looking too good for Kevin at all. Ben flies over to see if Kevin has been rendered unconscious, but nah. It wasn't that easy for Ben as Kevin broke through the rubble, and look at how sick this man looks. Kevin's OG mutated form is the best, but this one ain't so far behind on that list. Kevin states he's had enough of Tennyson as a person, always beating him in fights, everything always going his way. Oh, this sounds like a Venom tier level rivalry. Kevin fires multiple diamond shards at Ben, and the GOAT seeing this decides to shield himself with his sonic waves. Kevin gets on Ben for once again turning him into a freak, becoming a famous hero like All Might and Endeavor, and I'm like, Kevin, you're pretty popular too, my guy. The shards break through Ben's Fortnite shield, causing him to stagger back, and Ben, realizing his buddy Kevin was not right in the head, tells him he doesn't even like being famous. And honestly, let me ask y'all this question and be for real with me. Would you rather be famous, have all the money in the world, or would you rather be a low down kind of person with lots of money? I'd honestly go with the second option. Ben tells Kevin that between the both of them, he wishes he still had his secret identity intact. Shit, Ben, if you want your secret identity back, just call up Mephisto from Marvel. He has a reputation for doing those kinds of things for people. In a bad way, of course. Kevin was like, aw, that's so sad to hear, and tells the man to bleed as he uses Lostar's ability on Ben. And damn, that's some shit right there, ain't it? Your buddy who's been watching you cook folks with those movesets is now using them against you. That's gotta make Ben feel some type of way. A rod flies up on Ben, bonking him straight in the head, almost turned Ben into the Headless Spectre. Chill, Kevin. Ben tries to recover, and oh my god, now Kevin is summoning the Megatron tank on Ben. What is this dude's problem? Ben, seeing this, throws 2 of his discs, and this is easily one of the coldest techniques in all of Ben 10 as the sonic discs successfully blow up the tank. Kevin was like, nice one, rival, but I have all your powers. I'm like Super Blue right now. There's nothing you can do to stop me. Kevin goes further by saying sooner or later, you're going to make a mistake. When you do, you're going to be packed up just like all my previous ops. Now, y'all, let's get ready to talk about one of the most sensational moments. And yes, y'all, my brothers and sisters, the glazing is about to begin for Ben Tennyson, aka Ultimate Echo, the certified talent himself. Ben tells Kevin he'll try to end this as quickly as possible, and my guy, don't tell me he got an anime special move up his sleeve. The sonic discs fly over to Kevin as they duplicate into numerous copies. Oh my god, Ben, this man is really about to cook Kevin. Yeah, Kevin, my guy, say goodbye. Ben yells out Sonic Doom, and my guy has straight up turned into an anime main character. Homie is yelling out his finisher like he's Luffy or Yuji out here. The sonic discs create a sphere to trap Kevin in as he's blasted from all sides from the attack. This attack was the final nail in the coffin for Ben's victory as the guy had Kevin pulling out the traditional cartoon villain scream before collapsing on the ground. Not the crocodile defeated pose, this is crazy. And the zoomed up shot of Kevin's face. Why did they do my boy like this? Ben walks up to Kevin and sends another sonic disc to his homie's unconscious body as he states that one more sonic doom should do it. And I'm like, nigga, this is your homie, your best friend. Y'all have been cooking bums since Alien Force. What's up with this energy for him? Where was all this energy for Agregor, bruh? This is how you know Ben was trolling this entire arc. Gwen walks up and stops Ben from nailing the final blow as she tells him Kevin is still their friend. Thank you, Gwen. Ben is tweaking badly. Not like Kevin, but still tweaking too. Ben brings up Kevin hurting her, but Gwen pushes on by saying it's not Kevin, it's the side effects of his powers. You would think, with how long Ben has known Kevin, that he would have knowledge of this too, but my guy just switched to being the Punisher for Kevin Levin. Homie must have still had some kind of grudge from 5 years ago when they were kids. Longtime rivals turned friends always do. Ben brings up Paradox's statement of him being the one to end Kevin's existence and says he's gotta do it. Nah, Ben. Paradox is tripping. He didn't mean it. Gwen was like, fine, protect the innocent. Do it, but that's still their homie Kevin. Ben was like, fine, you win. If y'all enjoyed the video, consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. I also have a Marvel playlist that features my older Marvel videos if y'all want to check them out, as well as a DC playlist, a Ben 10 playlist, and my anime playlist as well. I also have Instagram if y'all want to follow on there. As always, I hope y'all continue having a nice week, and I'll catch y'all for the next video. VoroAMI out.